Hello, everyone. Today we're going to look at source of academic articles. In every academic article, the authors need to refer to their sources of information. Where did they get that information? In other words, they refer to previous research. They do so by acknowledging their sources. They write footnotes, references, and parenthetical citations. What are footnotes? Well, they explain about the source. They may give some additional information about the source, and it usually appears at the bottom of the page or at the end of the article. The other thing that they use are references, and they appear in the body of the text, but also as a long list at the end of the article, and it's organized in alphabetical order. There are different types of references. Articles can appear in a journal, or they can appear in a book, or they can refer to a book itself. So let's take a look. In a bibliographical entry of a book, we have the author's name, the year the book was published, the title of the book, the place of publication, and the publisher. Let's look at some examples. Here we see there's one author, Gould. The book was published in 1983. The name of the book is Hen's Teeth and Horse's Toes. It was published in New York by W. W. Norton and Company. And here we have a book written by two authors, Quirk and Greenbaum. It was written in 1973. The title is The University Grammar of English. It was published in London by the Longman Group Limited. And here again we have another book, one author, published in 1990, title Mother Tongue. It was published in London by Penguin Books. And here we have a bibliographical entry of an article in an edited book. That means it's a book of articles. Each chapter in the book is written by a different author. And again, it follows a similar order. It's the author's name of the article, the year the book was published, the title of the article, the editor's names. That means the editors of the book and the title of the book, where the book was published, and by which publisher. Let's look at an example. So here we have Folkman and Lazarus. They wrote an article called Coping and Emotions in 1991. And that article was published in a book called Stress and Coping, an Anthology, that was edited by Monet and Lazarus. The book was published in New York by Columbia University Press. And of course, we have articles that were published in an academic journal. And that's a magazine or a journal which is published at different times during the year. It can be published every month, or it could be published twice a month, or 3 or 4 times a year. And again, we have the author's name, the year the article was published, the title of the article, the name of the journal, and the publication information, the volume or the issue. So here we have an example, an article by Miller, published in 2002, Social Initiative Can Boost Loyalty. It was published in a journal called Marketing News in volume 36, number 21, and here we have the pages in the journal in which the article appears. So let's sum up. In a book, we have author's name, year, title of book, place of publication, and publisher. For an edited book, the author of the article, the year the article was published, the title of the article, and then the information about the book in which the article was published. And here we have an article in a journal, the author's name, the year it was published, the title of the article, and the publication information. And again, you can take a closer look at these. We've already looked at these examples. And again, it appears in alphabetical order. So we see that we have Bryson, Gould, and Quirk. But if we look here, what do we see? Quirk and Greenbaum. The difference here is that Quirk was the lead researcher. Now let's look at parenthetical citations. What are they and where are they? Many times in text we see something like this. The, the black is the text, and the red here is all of these references to all kinds of articles. The exact information about the article is in the reference. This tells us where the author got his or her information. So if we look, we know a considerable amount about the role of alcohol in MVCs, then this is where our authors got the information. And here, and here, and here. They appear in the body of the text. So if we look a little bit more closely, we can see Bates and Blakely and the year. Man et al. You all remember what et al. Means? It's everybody else. And the year. McDonald et al. 2002. We use the et al. Here because there isn't room to write so many different names. Sometimes it's this way. Smart, studied. So we make sure that we put the year so we can easily identify the article. Smart's article in 1974. So if we look at this a little more carefully, in the citation appears this way, whereas the whole full reference appears this way at the end of the article. Today, sometimes, instead of writing all of the names, they write one or two, and that means, or three, they just write a number, and that means you need to go to the end of the article and look for one or two on the list of references and find the exact publication information. If we have a direct quote, then we need to put in the page number. For example, as O'Malley and Johnson note, and here we can see that it's a direct quote because of the quotation marks, the quote itself, and the page number on which the quote appears in the article. So now you know quite a bit about references, and if you're ready and want to know a little bit more, you're welcome to visit this website.